Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ira and in this video I want to tell you what slow living is and what are the main rules of slow living. And before we start with talking about slow living, I want to share some kind of my personal experience because as soon as I started practicing it and implementing slow living in my lifestyle, my life has changed, and in some cases it has changed completely because I finally started enjoying my life and my daily routine, and it also helped me to decrease this FOMO feeling. So in general, this is a very nice thing that happened to me, and I'm really grateful that I tried to delve deeper into this topic, and I tried my best to know more about it. So I hope that you are intrigued now, and we are going to start. So as we live in a fast-paced world where everything can be done very quickly, and sometimes we have to do something very quickly for our work, for example, and etc. So by living this way, we easily get gripped by panic, by fear, by anxiety, and of course by FOMO, because we tend to live quickly, and at the same time it's really hard to really complete something or accomplish something because you try to do a lot of things at once, and this definitely doesn't bring you any result and any satisfaction. So talking about slow living, you can implement this movement in all areas of your life: food, music, work, hobby. So actually everything you do, you can do it with slow living. So talking about how it all appeared and started, in 1986 there was an opening of McDonald's in Rome, and there was a person who was completely against it. His name is Carlo Petrini, and why he protested it? Because he said that it's essential to keep all those rituals which Italian people have while eating food. So the main idea is not to eat quickly and go further, but to enjoy your food, savor it. And here you can already understand the main concept of slow living. So the idea is that you have fully devote yourself to what you are doing at some moment. For example, right now I'm filming this video, and the main idea is that I have to concentrate on this thing, and if I eat my breakfast, for example, I have to be fully concentrated and involved in eating my food, thinking about food, so concentrating on the thing you are doing. Then there appeared one group that created this slow living movement, and where this man became a co-founder of this movement. And now we can actually discuss what are the main concepts, main characteristics of this movement are. The first thing is that you have to, it's not that you have to, but it would be better for your mental health and physical health as well if you follow this concept. So the first thing that you have to do is avoid living on the autopilot mode, because imagine your morning. What do you do when you wake up and when you open your eyes? How quickly do you spend your morning routine or your how quickly do you eat your breakfast? Do you even notice that you just ate your breakfast and such stuff? Or for example, when you brush your teeth, where is your mind at this moment? Are you like thinking about it, or you think about your work already? So this is like the first thing. The first and one of the main, I believe, characteristics is that you have to live mindfully and be present. This is also the main concept of Gestalt therapy, the one that I'm learning, that you have to be here and now. So be present at the moment and devote yourself to the things you do. Also here we can add that it's like good when you have these daily habits, because this can create you a feeling that you have some stability, which is good for your mental health as well. Of course, it's important to leave your comfort zone, but like if you will do it, if you do it every day, it won't bring you any success. You just will have some troubles with your mental health. So building such routines in the evening or even during the whole day will really help you to slow down and to notice some other things except for example, work. I always mention work as an example because before I tried SlowLiving, I was fully devoted to work, and like it was the sphere number one in my life. That's why I always compare like some bad stuff with work. The other concept of SlowLiving is also connected with food, and here are some specific rules. That, for example, when you eat your food, you have to use like real plates, not disposable ones, even if it's a takeout or takeaway food. Also try to sit at the table, like everything what our parents teach us in the childhood, like how to act when you're eating. This is like the same that you have follow now. Also avoid using your phone while you're eating or like watching some TV and some, I don't know what else, like watching, reading stuff. Just focus on what you eat. And if to be honest, this one is the hardest for me because I have this stupid habit to eat and watch something, and it's really hard to get rid of it. And like if you have the same trouble as I do, let me know in the comments. It's interesting for me to see how many people actually watch something while they are eating, and let me know if you try to get rid of this habit. Also, if you are successful at it, please let me know what helped you. The other thing that is also a part of SlowLiving movement is that you should think of how you spend your free time. What are your hobbies? Do they really bring you satisfaction, or does it bring any value to your life? Like, it's not necessarily that it has to be something that brings you some, I don't know, usefulness. No, just if you truly enjoy what you do. Because for me the same it was with like watching some stuff on YouTube, like some TV shows, instead of reading, because in my imagination reading was always something hard and something like what won't let me have some rest. The next thing that is also like part of SlowLiving is learning how to say no. You really have to value your time and what you do, and if you feel that something that was offered to you is not what you would like to do, you should reject it, but not say yes. Like in cases if you really don't have any desire to do it, because it will just bring you a lot of unpleasant things, and like what for are you going to do it? Just to satisfy someone's wishes, right? So it's not okay to do this. So for me, learning to say no was also a huge discovery, but I still have troubles with saying no to some projects, or even to my friends when, for example, I don't want to go out, but I promised. And like, for example, I promised several days before that we will go out, and then a few days after, like, and an hour before we have to go out, I feel that I have no desire to do it. So it's really hard for me to like decline this meeting, but when I do it, like, yes, I feel this tension and I am really embarrassed to inform the person so lately, but it really saves my life and my mental health as well. One more thing that also improved my life is like staying offline as much as possible and reducing my time online. So nowadays we are all super digitalized, and I believe that it's of course comfortable, but this is what really makes us hurry and do everything quickly, because when we surf the internet with our phones, we have this ability to click fastly, to click fast and to like receive everything pretty quickly. If you have a question, you can quickly find an answer to it, and etc. So for me, it also was a huge discovery when I started noticing how much time I spend with my phone, especially, for example, when I go for a walk, and I tend to like take my phone and swipe just something. So it's not that I need to do something on my phone, but I have just this habit, this awful habit that I have to swipe something. The same, for example, when I go out, I always put on my headphones. But what for? Like, if I really do it all the time, I feel that I'm like not in the real world. So it's I'm not sure if I can explain it correctly in English and even in my native language, but still, so it's really something interesting to observe. Or the other example was when I was in the lines, and you know, when you're staying and waiting for something, the first thing that comes to my head is just to take up my phone once again and to start searching for something unnecessary. So that's why I really try to keep my focus, whether I take my phone when it's really a necessary thing, and if it's just like this habit to take it and to do something on the phone. The same with meetings. So if it's possible to meet the person, I always choose this instead of texting him or her. And the same with the work. If there is a possibility to do this work, for example, outside and not online, I also try to do it. And like here I can name like tens of examples, but I think that you got me. One more thing that also will help you to slow down and to stay calmer is spending time outside, and especially in the nature. I really love it, and unfortunately now, because of the war, it's almost impossible for us to be like in the forest or go to the rivers or even to the sea in Odessa, because it's not safe. But before the war, this was like rule number one. So for now, at least, we can visit some parks in the city, which is safe for now. And I also really recommend you, because when you spend time in the nature, it influences your mental health so much. And I even want to develop this habit of walking somewhere in the nature every day for maybe like 30 minutes or 1 hour, so it's like so it will be my habit. The last but not the least is single tasking. Actually, you could notice it when I was talking about slow living at the beginning, at the point where I mentioned that you should like fully concentrate on what you are currently doing, and single tasking is like just the explanation to what it means. If you wash dishes, please think about these dishes. When you cook, think about cooking. It really reduces the amount of noise in your head, because when you try to focus on several things at one time, for example, another like right example of how it works, when you start working and you receive a notification on your phone that someone just texted you, and you start chatting and at the same time working. So this is like the worst thing you can do to your mental health, to your brain. So really not recommend you to do it this way. Multitasking is not what we should do, and not to what we should like aim, despite the fact that like a lot of employers want us to be able to do multitasking. I believe that it's what will make you not productive but unproductive. So that's it from me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you learned something new for yourself. If so, please let me know in the comments if you have a desire to like try some of the statements or try to implement slow living in your lifestyle. Also let me know, because I'm really curious about it. And see you in the next videos. Bye bye.